guys, Felicia here. I made an executive decision that I wasn't going to do a lot of work catching up my Fauxbonichi. I have 2 pages to do from last week, which is a total of 5 days. And normally this would be like, oh my gosh, because that would have normally been 5 pages I had to catch up on. But because I've been doing 2 to 3 days on a page, that was only 2 pages to catch up with. But then I got to looking at the memories I was going to put in the book, so to speak, for those 5 days. And I thought, they're all about the same topic. It's kind of that time of year. We're going to start moving into planting because it is, okay, that's going to bug the crap out of me. It's crooked. There we go. We're going to start planting our seedlings for outside. We need to put in around 300 seedlings I got to get going. And then with all the other things I have going, it's going to be busy. And I noticed from my other years that around March, I have a hard time keeping up with my journal. And so I've just decided the Fauxbonichi is about catching snapshots of your day. And so I'm going to get back into just catching snapshots of my day. And some pages will be crazy, and some days will be a whole bunch of days on a couple of pages. But it's still memories down, and right now I'm kind of absorbed in the cross stitching and that kind of stuff. And so it's a lot of the same, even though it's different. And I still want to get it down, but really there's no reason to have a single page for every day on it. And that's my thinking on it for keeping up. The other thing I am really enjoying, and I've got to get some more, I'm waiting for the Distress Oxides to come back into stock because I want the pink refill. But on one of my other hauls, you saw that I ordered some of these. Well, they have some new ones out, so I want them too, because when you're behind or in a hurry and there just isn't, you're just not going to get it done if you have to think to plan. These are turning out to be awesome. And so I want more. I hope more companies come out with things like that because I want more. And it will really help when I'm really, really busy to just get some pretty stuff down and get the pages organized. The one I'm going to use today is the Simple Stories Page Pieces Hello Today, and it looks like this. But I'm only going to use about half of it because I have a lot of photos that I want to put in, and I still need to leave room for journaling and that kind of stuff. But now I have 2 pages out of one package, so I think that's pretty good money for under $2.50.
It's 10 o'clock.
It's 10 o'clock, and yeah, I forgot to turn it off. I'll go do that right now. But anyways, I thought that was a pretty good deal. So $1 something a page to decorate it, and it's ready to go. I really like them, and a lot of people are saying I'm just so busy, I don't have time, yada yada. And make it work to what you can fit. Sometimes I have days to do things. I can, take my time and art and do all that kind of stuff. Other times life is going at Mach 90, and if I'm going to get it down, it's going to be quick. And so that's this. Let me go mute that computer. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of flippies on this because it's all about my crafting that I've been doing right now, because that's kind of all that's been going on in my life. That was last week. This week is a completely different animal, and we have a ton of stuff going on. We got to get plantings figured out. I got to get my garden not planted. It's too early for that, but I have to get all my seedlings started, and that's usually, oh my gosh, I think last year we did a little over 500 starts. This year I'm paring that down, so we're probably going to do a little over 350. We have a half an acre in town. It's not all growable land. There's a house on it, but I think we figured out that we have like just under 1,300 square feet of gardens installed right now. So yeah, this year we're focusing on melons, fruits. So that should be fun. I haven't grown watermelons and cantaloupes and stuff before. Anyway, so let's get going here. I have this washi tape that I thought it doesn't totally match because this is cream and black and this is white and black, but you know, you do the best that you can with what you've got, and I'm not buying any more washi because if you've been here for any amount of time, you know that I have a wall of washi. So if I can't find something that's going to work on that wall of wonder, I'm never going to find something because there's just too many. But all I'm going to do is just make little flips for all of this stuff. That way I can write underneath it. And of course, I'm going to run out of ATG tape during this because that's how I roll. Right, Beanie? Sitting down here saying, I'll get it, Mama. Whoa, where was I going with that? Okay, sweater's got to come off. It's hot. Hot, cold, hot, cold. Gotta love March in Montana. We're supposed to have 20 feet of snow and all of that kind of stuff because it's March and it's Montana. But instead, we have like 60s, which is not nice. I know people are like, oh, that must be nice. But the problem with it is that you can't do anything outside because our last frost date isn't until the middle of May. And we could easily get snow. My anniversary is on the 24th of this month. And it is very common for my anniversary to have 2 to 4 feet of snow on it. So the year we got married, there was like 4 feet of snow. It's been a weird winter though, so who knows. All right, so that one's ready to go. And then I think I'm just gonna fast forward and get all these little flips made, and I'll come back and I will put the page together with you because this is boring and I'm making the same thing. So I'm just gonna speed this all up. You ready? Get set, buckled up, your seatbelt on, helmet. Let's go. Flippies are made. Might still use some of that. We're done with that and this for a moment. All right, so let's get them on the page here so we don't forget what we're doing there. And basically all that I did is I took two 2x2 photos. I use, when Apple, I gotta update my how I print my photos pages, but when Apple updated their operating system to a 64-bit from a 32-bit, or maybe the other direction, I can't remember which right now, my normal print software doesn't work anymore. And so I had to go and find a new one, and I've been using Visual Designer. You can get it in the Apple Store. Free. It's free. And so far it's been the closest I've found to the print shop that I used to use. Word, any of the Word type document software, those still work just fine. But if you were looking for a replacement for the print shop, there isn't one right now. And it's really annoying that they won't update that. What's even more annoying is they are selling a version for Mac and it doesn't work on Mac. But so I've been using the Visual Designer. And again, I got it free on the App Store on my iMac for printing photos. All right, so basically you saw how I made these. I just glued 2 photos together. In between the 2 photos, I put a piece of washi tape. I do reinforce my washi tape with some kind of extra adhesive, because we all know that washi tape doesn't stick after 1.2 hours of being attached to anything. And so I'm always worried that like 10 years from now, it'll just slide out of my book. So I always use, if it's not sandwiched between something, I always use like a score tape or a scrappy tape on it to actually be the adhesive. In the little kit thing, there was this Hello Today, and what I wanted to do is make a pocket out of it to put this image. I thought that would just be kind of fun to do that. So I need to put some tape or glue around that. I think I'll use glue. Just got to figure out where I want it to go. So I think something like that. I need to figure out where this is going to crease though, because I have to cut it first. So right down the middle of the D. Because you don't want to go into your, you don't want it to run into your spine. Yeah, so something like that's the way that's going to go. But I forgot what we were talking about. Oh, photos. Yeah, so Mac upgraded their operating system to run only 64-bit. I'm pretty sure it's 64-bit. And the software I used the most was called the Print Shop. And it's only a 32-bit, and apparently they're not upgrading it to be workable in the Mac, even though they're selling that software. So I had to go find something else. So I've been using Visual Designer. I just haven't done a video or anything on it yet because I'm new to using it, and so I want to make sure I am doing it. I know how to run it pretty well. So I don't give you guys bad advice. But it's not perfect, but it's the best I've found so far. I've only gone through like 300 different software programs trying to find something to replace the Print Shop. All right, give that a second. And then I always press my book when I'm not using it. It's always new page side down with weights on it. People are often asking me, how do you work on it when it's all bulgy and all that? It never is bulgy. It's as flat as it always is, no matter where I work in these books, because you can turn the spine back on itself. I'll show you here in just one sec. But you can turn your spine back on itself, so you always have a equal number of pages on both sides. Yeah, so what I'll do is when I'm done with this page, I'll open it to this page, I'll flip it over and I'll put weights on it. And then when I'm ready to go, it'll be flat. But You can tell I've just started flipping it. See, here's some page in January. I've just started flipping the pages, but the spine is flipped over. And then as this side fills up, I just add more pages to this side until it stays. It just, you can do that all the way to the end. It doesn't matter. And that's why when people say, oh, they're really hard to write and when they get full. No, they're not. You just have to flip your spine around. And that's one of the reasons I really, really like the Artist Loft journals, is because their spines are sewn, and you can do that. It's a hardcover. It's considered a hardcover. It is bendy, but it's really flexible. And these journals just can't be beat. They just can't be beat. But anyways, so that made a pocket there, and then that just fits in like that. Yay. But yeah, so I've been using Visual Designer to do my photos, and I do have Open Office and Libra, but I like to work with a grid in the background, and I cannot figure out how to add a working grid in the background to either one of those software programs. So I don't use them for that. You can, obviously, they're just documents, but I don't, because I need a grid in the back to line things up the way I print my photos. All right, so we got that side. And before I do that, I got this little heart. I want to just fill this space in because that'd be really hard to journal on there. So what have you been up to this past week? It has been busy. I have been, this photo here is, I've been dyeing fabric. I've been playing with dyes and fabric. So that was really, really fun. I got my 52 tags handmade yo-yo tag done. And I covered a journal. If I have, videos or anything on this, I'll link them up above. I covered my needlework journal. I did my first floss tube. That was really scary because I'm so ghetto compared to all the long-termers and stuff. So it was really scary. I've been on YouTube since 2008, 2009, something like that. And so it was really weird to feel like a brand new YouTuber again, because that's essentially how it felt. But I really am enjoying this and am excited about it, and so I figured I might as well jump in, right? It's scary doing actually, it's not scary doing new things. To me, it's scary putting myself out there on new things. Anyways, all right, so I'm going to make a tuck pocket out of the snapshots of a happy life. I liked that saying. And so we're going to make a tuck spot out of it. Because I can, right? And then in the kit, it also had this little clipboard. And I'm going to put a couple photos on that, and then I thought it'd be a good place to put the date. Let's see, I think I'm going to take the edges off this. So Joshua put in a whole bunch of job applications yesterday at some places, and the one farthest away from home, he doesn't drive yet. The one farthest away from home is the one that replied to him first. It figures. It's a good job. We just live on the opposite end of the city that has decent jobs. And so it's really annoying. But what do you do? All right. So I'm hopeful that he gets something, and then if he gets something more steady, then he's going to go get his driver's license, and so it won't be so bad. But it's a long way over there. But my husband works over there, and so right now, if he can get the hours that work in the same as my husband, then it's not so much of a big deal, because it's only about, I don't know, 10 minutes from his work. But this photo is that we made it up enchiladas, and we just take enchilada sauce. Well, this version we make it, it's like lasagna, you know, you put anything you want in it. But this enchiladas had wild rice with lentils, a whole bunch of our greens from our indoor garden. It had corn, tomatoes, crushed and diced tomatoes, enchilada sauce, and then we just layered it in casserole dishes with corn tortillas and baked it. And we just top it with more enchilada sauce. And yeah, it made 2 great big casseroles, so we filled up the freezer and the refrigerator, and they had work lunches and all that stuff, and it was really, really good. And then this photo is, I bought my first Are You Out of Your Mind pattern for cross stitch. It's called Always Flowers Sampler, and I'll pop a picture up here. It's 235 stitches by 197 stitches, which works out to be, on the fabric that I want to do, like, oh shoot, 10 by 10, I think, or maybe 12 by 12. I don't know, I'm not positive, but it's my first grown-up one, because it uses like expensive flosses, and I have to find a nice fabric for it. And stuff. I've way bitten off more than I can chew, because it's supposed to be done on like a 40 count linen, which is like microscopic teeny weeny thing, and I can't do it on that. I can't see it. And there's all these words that I don't know, but it was so pretty, I just had to have it. It has quotes that I really like, you know, bloom where you are planted, some see a weed, some see a wish, things like that. And I'm so excited to stitch it, but I have to get the stuff for it first, and then I can build up my courage. So this just fits in just like this, and I wanted it to kind of sit off to the side like that, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these 2 hearts back here, and I'm going to glue them in, and they're not really going to do anything but decorate. Just like that. But yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. I actually ordered 2 charts like that. One of them I haven't gotten yet. 3 charts, 2 charts like that. And can't glue and talk. But I'm trying to, I have a bunch of freebies that I'm stitching right now, and I plan to keep doing those because they're little. They are, you know, I think the largest one I have right now is, I don't know, they're tiny, and so they're a couple day stitch, and so I can just whip them out. And I figured I'd mix them in between, and I'm working on a schedule, because otherwise I get sidetracked, and then I never get back to working on things I'm supposed to be working on. And so I'm trying out right now a weekly schedule where every day I get to stitch on a new project, and then I just keep rotating it out until I've finished, and then I can rotate something new in when I finish something I'm working on. And so far that's worked out pretty good. It also keeps me from having 75 projects in the works, because I know that's a thing, but if I do that, I'll never finish anything. It just won't happen. I think I'm going to put that, I was going to put it here, but I'm thinking it needs to go up there. But so that was the enchiladas, and that was the cross stitch pattern that I picked up. I'll link that down below if anybody wants it. I post all this stuff on my Facebook too and my Instagram, so if you're ever looking for something in particular, I've been working on slowly on my stitch wheel, trying to get that done. And I made these tags for my 52 tags handmade so that I can put every month on its own ring. Otherwise, it's going to be a ring that's this big. All right, so that is basically today's pages. Actually, it's pages, but it's days. So this will be Wednesday of last week till Sunday of last week. So I'll get the dates and stuff written in the journaling, and you will see that in photos that are coming up here next. I really appreciate being here. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. I am busy, but I'm still enjoying life. It's a good life. It's a really good life. I got stitchy stuff coming. I have an idea for, well, if you saw my video on help me find this tutorial, I think it's paper phenomenon. People gave me a lot of ideas on who they thought it were, but those people that they gave me the ideas of, those people weren't around back when I made that. So it has to be somebody older, back way years ago. And so I'm pretty sure it was paper phenomenon. So I'll have to go dig through that and find my tutorial on that. And because I want to make a to-go case for a stitch project. And so that'll be coming. But it'll be made out of paper and cardstock and stuff like that. But that's what I've got going on right now. I hope you guys are doing good. Are you getting in your crafty time, your stitchy time, your growing time? Anybody gardening? Who's gardening? I have about 150 square feet that I grow all winter long inside my house, and I have just under a half an acre that we live on, and about 1,250 to 1,300 square feet of raised bed gardens in our yard. Currently, there's more in the works. Of growing, and we've got all kinds of stuff that we're growing this year for the first time. It's very, very exciting. You're going to hear all about that if you follow my journaling adventures, because see, right now it's all about the crafting and the stitching. Pretty soon it'll be all about the plants. That's my life. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Comments, questions, suggestions down in the below. Don't forget to click on that description box if you're looking for any details I may have talked about in the video. And I will see you next time. Bye.